Welcome back. In the coming days, migrant families, well, they're going to be starting to be sheltered in tents at Floyd Bennett Field. This is all in Brooklyn.
So on Monday, city officials gave a tour of the site. It will be able to temporarily house up to 2,000 people. Some lawmakers around there, they are calling on the city to reconsider this as a shelter. They said there are so many safety concerns. Now, despite the opposition, officials say the site will open. Joining us right now with more information, New York City Emergency Management Commissioner Zach Iscol. Nice to have you back on Good Day.
Always great to be on. Thanks so much for having me back.
So when is Floyd Bennett Field opening to migrants?
Sometime the next days, within the next week, is when we'll be opening it.
Okay, lots of concerns, as you know. Yep. As a mother, I'm concerned about the bathroom situation. My bosses are making fun of me, but I am concerned that the bathrooms and the showers are outside the tent, and there's young children at this place, setting up for disaster because we know human trafficking is going on with these migrants.
So every single one of these sites, so first off, the health and safety of the folks in our care is of paramount importance. And the fact is, there's not a lot of good places to do this. In fact, there's really not any good places to do this. This was a site that was given to us by the federal government. It was a site that the state offered to pay for. And with every single one of these sites, they are massive multi-dimensional puzzle pieces where we need to solve for a range of either infrastructure issues, safety issues, fire hazards, weather issues. Every single one of them, we put together an interagency team at the city level. We go in and we do everything we can to make it work. But at the end of the day, this is a national crisis.
I know, but how do you safeguard these kids when they have to leave the tent and go to the bathroom?
So we have security on site. We have lighting. We have, we work very closely with NYPD and with our security teams to develop security plans. And the fact is we're always adapting. We're always doing new things. Nobody in the city is happy about putting children in semi-congregate facilities. But at this point in time, we've now welcomed over 135,000 people that we've provided care for. We still have 65,000 asylum seekers and a total of 130,000 people, including the endemic homeless population here in New York City in our care. Put that in perspective, it was 45,000 in July of 2022. Yep. So, we are bursting at the seams. We are doing everything we possibly can to keep children off the streets. That's the priority right now. But this is where we are. This is the sad reality.
I was going to say, what is the alternative? Because the people that attack this plan really haven't presented a clear alternative that would be better.
So I think, the mayor today is going down to D.C. with a coalition of other mayors, right? New York City is not the only city that is facing this, right? They're facing it around the country. We met with some leaders from Chicago yesterday. They came and toured our facilities. He's down meeting with the White House today with a coalition of mayors who are asking the federal government for help. And the fact is...
But have you seen a better location than Floyd Bennett Field? Is there a better option than this right now on the table?
So I think the better option is dispersion strategy across the United States. And it's really requiring federal action. Every time we have had a mass migration to this country since World War II, whether it was European refugees, Soviet Jews, Cubans, Haitians, Vietnamese, the federal government ran a process that resettled people. And when they did that, it became a huge investment in this country. We need immigrants, right? And you look at some of America's greatest countries, Apple and Google, founded not just by immigrants, but by refugees. And so when they make these types of investments...
Which is what you guys are doing, is by offering these plane tickets, these bus tickets, one way.
There's a lot of authorities we don't have. There's budgetary constraints. The federal government has a lot more capacity and capabilities than we have. And that's why the mayor is down there today asking for a real federal plan and action to help not just solve this crisis, but turn it into an opportunity for the country.
So what do you think? I mean, you really think you're going to get an answer from the feds today? Because how many times has the mayor, you're laughing, right?
I'm not laughing, but you have to keep your sense of humor in the foxhole, right? You have to keep your sense of humor in the foxhole.
Because, I mean, not only is the mayor gone, the city council's gone, Albany, Smallbany.
Yeah.
They move at a snail.
Albany, Smallbany.
Right?
Yeah.
They even went.
Yeah.
Crickets.
We'll find out. We will find out. I think hopefully with it being a coalition of mayors, maybe some folks down in D.C. will start listening and responding to this crisis.
All right, so safety concerns at Floyd Bennett.
Yeah.
We had Assemblywoman Jamie Williams on yesterday. She had concerns.
We all have concerns.
Okay, can you listen to what she has to say? Okay.
Floyd Bennett Field is #1 a national park, unfit to house anyone. Secondly, it's a flood zone. and it's a very isolated area with no infrastructure.
Isolated area. Yeah. Now, I know you're going to have buses, but what are they, every hour and a half?
Every 90 minutes. We're working with DOE.
Without traffic, an hour and a half.
And we're working with DOE around school transportation. Now, hopefully the families that are staying out there are not staying out there for a long period of time. But again, we've opened up now about 220, 230 emergency shelters around the city.
Yeah.
There's nobody is happy about any of the placements of any of them, but with every single one of them, we have to solve for transportation issues. We have to solve for fire hazard issues. We have to solve for flood zones and weather-related issues, for infrastructure issues, for plumbing. It's an endless list for every single one of these sites, and every single one of them is different.
The list that I have that was 0 items on was when I asked Assemblywoman, what's the alternative? Do you have anything else? There was nothing else that she brought to the table. Right. She was like, we have to talk about it. So as I'm saying, like, if there was another alternative that was something better, you guys would
Well, the other thing is with 2,000 to 4,000 people a week coming to New York City, it's not an either-or question. It's an either-and. So if there is another site, it's not that we just need Floyd Bennett Field, but we likely need Floyd Bennett Field and that other site. The fact is the sites that we're using are getting progressively more and more challenging to make safe, healthy, and effective for the people in our care.
So anybody taking up the offer for a plane ticket or bus ticket somewhere else?
Yeah, so we are starting to resettle more and more people every single day.
How many?
So, you know, we opened up the site last week. Yesterday we had 40 folks reticketed, but every single day we are increasing that number of people that are looking to go
Where are they choosing to go? Are you seeing maybe a particular place that...
You know, it varies, and I think one of the other things that we're looking to do is really establish strong partnerships. And again, this is something we hope is a model for the federal government, but we're trying to establish real strong partnerships with local municipalities and local community-based organizations around the country. Because one of the biggest barriers people have is maybe they want to leave New York City, but they don't have a network in place, they don't have a sponsor, they don't have somebody that can at least help them get on their feet.
Yeah.
And so we're looking to build those networks across the United States to help folks have a place to go.
Hey, the Fed's helping with jobs and all that paperwork stuff?
We had a great clinic with them, 2-week clinic. We processed about 1,700 applications in 2 weeks. And we are hoping to have a repeat of that in a week. And
anybody get jobs?
So those were for the work authorizations, and then from there people are starting to apply for jobs. The hope is to be able to replicate that. And when you go
by the way, it's not a lot of people. You got over what, 60,000 in the shelter system?
We have 65,000 in the system right now. We can always be doing more. We have been doing a lot of illegal work ourselves. But there's, you know, it's not just that you hit a button. There's processing times. The paperwork needs to be filled out correctly. For TPS, which is temporary protective status, you don't get to refill out that paperwork. It's one and done, right? With other asylum seeker paperwork, if you make a mistake, you can sort of fix that mistake. With TPS, you can't. So there's a lot of things at the federal level, because they're the ones processing that paper, that we really need that partnership to be able to expedite the work authorizations. And that's the #1 exit strategy out of here.
Right. Zach Iscol, Commissioner, New York City Office of Emergency Management. Thank you so much for coming on and talking with us. Good luck.
Always great to be with you guys. Thank you so much.
I know you don't really mean that.
I do mean it. I love coming on with you guys. You guys ask the right questions. You know, you really do.
We're not too mean. We're not too mean.
You guys are not mean at all.
There we go.
You guys are not mean at all.
Why did he come in with the big bodyguard?
Because he
grew up with you. That's why I brought him in here.
I know him from Brooklyn Daycare.
Maybe a little intimidation to keep you guys honest.
Oh boy, Brooklyn Daycare. I'm trying to picture what Rosanna was like there.